Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Root Network. We're talking about being fit to fight in this segment, and specifically about the mind, about being able to prune or change your mind, and at the end of the day, being able to relax, relate, release. Tonight, we have a special guest with us, one of our fitness gurus at our ministry, named KAUISHA Smith. Hey, KAUISHA.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, I'm good. I'm good. You've been a part of our ministry for a while now, and you've been a part of multiple of the fitness efforts that we put forth. And our latest one, called Engage Fitness, is one where we are working out 3 times a week with the heart of helping people engage their spirit, soul, and body. And we understand that it kind of takes all of that to really make a change physically in a person's life. So tell us a little bit about just who you are and your fitness journey, and then we'll dive into a little bit more about engage and engaging the mind.
Okay, I'm KAUISHA Smith. I'm born and raised in Akron, Ohio. I actually went to college. I ran track in college, so I went to college on a full scholarship. But after that time, I kind of decided to myself that I didn't want to be one of those athletes that looked like she was out of shape. So I always mentally, I started studying nutrition and exercise and things too, as I age or as we age, to continue to be healthy, to continue to be fit. I'm a figure competitor, certified personal trainer, and I also coach women. And the name of my LLC is Within Wellness, where I teach women how to become fit by changing their mindset about the way they look at themselves, how they see food, and how they see exercise.
Got you. How they see food. That's a huge one. So tell me then a little bit about just that. I know as a pastor, from the word standpoint, I think it's Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever we think, ultimately at the end of the day, that's going to dictate how we feel and what we do. And whatever we do, especially as a habit, dictates where we'll end up in life. But help me understand that from a fitness standpoint. What role does the mind play in someone becoming fit or unfit?
Well, the mind to me is the absolute most important thing with anything you want to accomplish in life, right? The main thing with fitness is we have to remember to see ourselves how God sees us, right? God sees us whole, God sees us well. Our bodies are amazing machines. And once we realize and we really get that in the back of our minds, in the back of our spirits, we are able to adjust how we see food, how we see exercise, and see it as additives to encourage ourselves to take care of the physical bodies that God allowed us to walk around on this earth in.
Yeah, that's huge. And it's funny when you say be able to take care of our physical bodies that God has given us to walk around in. I remember in one of our workout sessions not too long ago, I was telling some of the folks that were there in the class, I think it was the class I was leading on that day. And it's like God had gave me this image of the church. And he was like, okay, that's the church. That's, the place I've given you guys to worship, et cetera. And he was like, would you just come in here and just start throwing trash all over the floor? Would you just literally take a trash can and just empty it right there in the pulpit? And I was like, of course not. And he was like, as the pastor, what would you do? I said, I would make him clean it up. That's crazy, And he was like, then why do you do that to your body? Why do you take all that stuff and pour it into that body and just muck up and junk up what you have been given here on earth to function in, to be fruitful with? These bodies aren't just given for our pleasure, whatever like that, but they're given for us to make the choice, it's still our choice, to submit to God, to be used by him. But it's no different than this church, that I'm sitting in right now. We could have parties in it every day. We could do whatever we wanted to in it every day. God's not going to come strike us with a lightning bolt, but we choose to honor him with this church. And as a result, we choose to keep it clean. We choose to keep it upgraded. We choose to keep it, in every single way. So with the church, we make that decision, that choice that, we're going to take care of it. And he was just really showing me that we have to make that same decision with our bodies. And again, that goes to the way we think about it. Absolutely. That's a transformational thought to say, oh yeah, and not out of fear, because we hear this thing with that's the temple God gave you. If you don't treat it right, he's gonna take it from you.
Right.
Well, okay, that's not the idea here, but let's teach people how to think about what God has given them and how to honor God with it by choice. I think when you do it that way, it becomes a lifelong decision versus an in the moment fear decision.
Exactly. Yes, I absolutely totally agree with that. I think us as humans, we take for granted being able to walk, being able to talk, being able to hear, like all these senses we take for granted, and we forget how important it is to take care of that flesh. There are people, like I have a family member, he recently had back problems. So one day he woke up and he was unable to walk.
Wow.
I mean, we have to remember it is a blessing to be able to get up and walk every day. And we complain about walking in the grocery store, walking too far in the car to the car. Even where I work now, we're on the second floor and people take the elevator. And I'm like, people, God gave you this body, take care of it. It is an absolute blessing to be able to do the things that we're allowed to do. And how are you going to be able to serve or do what God really called you to do if you're tired from walking in a grocery store, if you're tired, from walking to the car? We have to be able to take care and be mindful of, it's a blessing. It's showing God, thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to wake up and I can walk to the store.
Absolutely. So what I'm taking away from this part of what we're talking about is, at the end of the day, be thankful for what God has given us, honor him with it, and don't be afraid of a little bit of good work.